Welcome everyone to the NoDQ.com live recap of Monday Night Raw for November 12th, or November 10th, excuse me. 10 seconds in, already a botch. November 10th, 2025. Shout out to everybody watching this, whether it's live or on demand. I very much appreciate your viewership and support. Let's get to Raw. Boston, Massachusetts, huge crowd. Also, Ian's birthday. Happy birthday to Ian. Much love to you. Shout out to Dave Scheffler, who sent in a $2 super chat, says, one of the top Raws this year in his opinion. Chat room, what do you think? Agree, disagree with Dave? Let me know. I have my thoughts already on Monday Night Raw, but I'll give you my overall feelings when we get to the end. Caleb Jacobs sent in $2. He says, the best birthday present ever, Grand Slam Cena. Your birthday too, Caleb? Happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is today, November 10th, or if your birthday's around the corner. Regardless, happy birthday. November is a great month for birthdays. Mine is on the 22nd. John Cena, Grand Slam champion. Let's talk about it. Caleb's is the 14th. There you go. It's around the corner. So happy early birthday, Caleb. All right, let's get to it. John Cena came out, introduced by Triple H, making a rare appearance on Monday Night Raw. Triple H said that everybody has an opinion on who the greatest is. He says there's a lot of different ways you can measure it. And when he breaks it down in every category, there's one person at the top of the list. Cena got on the mic, said that his goal was to leave WWE better than how he found it. He hyped up the tournament, and he said his last match will close out a chapter, but also there will be an opportunity. He said it's Saturday night's main event, the night of his retirement. He wants it to be main roster stars versus NXT stars in exhibition matches, just like when John Cena faced Kurt Angle in his first match. And then he had one last request, and that was to be there on Monday Night Raw. He thanked the fans, and just as it seemed he was wrapping up, we had the Intercontinental Champion, Dominik Mysterio, come into the ring. He spoke to Triple H in Spanish. Dominik was getting booed like it's 2024 all over again. He got the shut the F up chants. He said that he's the one that does the interrupting. Last week he was interrupted by a deadbeat. He told John Cena to speak when spoken to, or else he'll put John Cena down. And at this point, the crowd started chanting, "You effed up." Cena said it's Boston. Dominik doesn't stand a chance. Cena said he's invincible. But out of respect to Ray, Dominik's father, Cena said he would let Dominik walk his ass to the back. And Dominik said he's not even at his peak. And he said anytime, any place, he would face John Cena and Adam Pearce. Or Triple H, I should say, not Adam Pearce. Triple H said that Boston was the right time and the right place. And he made the match official. He brought a referee out, and we had John Cena wrestling in Boston on Monday Night Raw. I'm a fan of this. I'm glad we got a John Cena match on Raw with the dates running out, and they didn't just save him till Survivor Series. Happy we got the match in Boston, and it was a really good match, really good TV match with these guys. Dominik tried to leave. John Cena stopped him. Dominik sent Cena into the steel steps. Cena barely beat the 10 count. We know that. Everybody beats the 10 count. Dominik did the Three Amigos, and that got boos. And then after the commercial, John Cena made his comeback. He did the signature moves, but Dominik was able to avoid the AA. He exposed the turnbuckle, and then he attempted to use the Eddie Guerrero steel chair trick to win the match, but John Cena, he's a veteran. He did not fall for it. Both guys were down on the mat. Cena gave him the wink, and the crowd was chanting Eddie. Cena attempted another AA, but the referee got knocked down, and then Cena put him in the STFU. Dominik was tapping, but there was no referee. Dominik tried to use the title, but John Cena caught him and finally was able to hit the AA. And another referee ran down, counted 1, 2, but Dominik kicked out. And then Dominik regained the advantage. He hit the 619, followed by the frog splash. However, when he hit the frog splash, Cena was able to roll through and deliver another AA, and he got the 1-2-3 victory to become the new Intercontinental Champion, officially first time as champion, and he is now a Grand Slam winner by becoming the IC champion. Cena got on the mic and he said the champ is here. We got the pyro going off. A really great feel-good moment. John Cena being the new IC champion. It just feels right. And Dominik will be fine. I saw some comments on social media. Cena's burying the young guys. Dominik will be great. Dominik can take the loss. At this point, we want the feel-good Cena moments before he's done. He's the Grand Slam champion. I 100% thought this was the right call. And they didn't do any outside interference, no Judgment Day and Ray, just a straight-up match. I really liked it a lot. I thought it was very well done. Dominik will not be hurt by this loss at all. Caleb Jacobs sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you, Caleb. He says, I love the John Cena wink. I agree. It was funny. It was a really good match. Everything about it, I thought was very well executed. Jeremy Adams sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you, Jeremy. In your professional opinion, what was the moment where you think John Cena outclassed The Rock in their promo off leading up to WrestleMania 28? Well, I know some people point out that segment with The Rock having the notes written on his forearm or whatever it was, but really, I think when John Cena came out there and said, I'm like a purple pinwheel, so go ahead and blow me, I think that might have even been the year before. I think at that point, John Cena was there to go toe-to-toe with The Rock and had the serious ammo to go against him. John Cena truly is one of the best talkers of all time, one of the few that could hold his own against The Rock. CM Punk, one of those guys too. Not that many. And as Triple H said, you look at all the attributes. In the ring, Cena could go. Yeah, people made fun of him for the 6 moves, but Cena could deliver when he needed to, when he was able to, and he could talk. He was the good PR guy, great PR guy when you think about it. All the Make-A-Wishes, the hundreds of Make-A-Wishes. John Cena, you can make that argument. He is the greatest WWE superstar of all time. A class act, which you can't say about a lot of WWE legends, unfortunately. So yeah, he was a top draw, not the biggest draw of all time. But again, if you're looking at all the attributes, he certainly has to be up there, maybe the best of all time. I mean, Triple H made a valid point. And I know he says that anytime we get one of these types of segments, you know, when Steve Austin's out there, Steve Austin, the greatest of all time, or Ric Flair's out there, Ric Flair, the greatest of all time. Like, they always do it, but you can make a legit argument for John Cena based off of the fact that he's strong in every category. All right, but let's move on. One more super chat here from Caleb Jacobs. He said, Dominik Mysterio's IC title reign lasted 205 days, which is solid. I think that's a good number of days, not quite a year, a little over 6 months. He had a good run. He had a good run as IC champion. Nobody will likely top Gunther's run, but it was good. And I think it definitely elevated Dominik, and he still has the AAA title for now. And we'll see what happens next with him and his dad. Backstage, after Cena won the title, he was congratulated by the babyface roster, including Ray and Cody Rhodes, who was on Raw. Cody shook his hand. Then we had a Logan Paul video package, and we had Damian Priest versus Rusev. First match of the John Cena, the last time is now tournament. Solid match. I mean, it was nothing too special. It was fairly one-sided, actually. It was mostly Rusev in control. Priest did get fired up at one point, but they made a big deal out of Priest's eye, how he didn't have the best vision from that attack via Aleister Black. And Rusev did target the eye, and he gouged the eye while the referee wasn't looking. And then he hit the Mashka kick and got the 1-2-3 victory. Clean win over Priest. Now, obviously, Priest had the eye thing, so that worked against him. It was a solid match. It was fine. Not a classic or anything, but it was a win for Rusev. Good for him. And Priest didn't look too bad in defeat because of the eye situation. We had AJ Styles and Dragon Lee backstage, and they were talking to Adam Pearce, the general manager. They want more challengers for the tag team titles, and Pearce said that he would work on it, and they were talking about potential names, and they still got some work to do. We also had Maxine Dupree saying that she wanted her match with Becky. She was ready, and Pearce officially made the match for next week in Madison Square Garden. So they're stacking up next week's show too. Becky attacked Maxine and said she doesn't stand a chance. That match is set for next week. We had CM Punk come into the ring, calling out Logan Paul for a fight. Logan appeared, and he said that being flattened by Bronson Reed was even worse than being punched out by Floyd Mayweather. And it opened his eyes to a new vision. And at this point, we had Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed out there. Heyman said Punk has no friends. He's the most unlikable person he's ever met. Punk said he wasn't there to talk. He said he would fight all of them. They surrounded the ring, but then Jey Uso came out there. He had Punk's back, and we had a brawl. Cody Rhodes came out there, and the good guys were able to clear the ring of the Vision. More on that in just a few moments. Good segment here. Next up, we had Stephanie Vaquer defending the Women's Championship against Raquel. Nikki Bella was at ringside along with Roxanne Perez. Good match here with the two of them. Raquel blocked the Devil's Kiss. She actually powered out of it and then later countered the Meteora, did a power bomb, but Stephanie was able to get out of that. And then Roxanne grabbed the foot of Stephanie, but Nikki Bella went after Roxanne to even the odds. Stephanie regrouped. She did the Devil's Kiss and then came off the top with the corkscrew moonsault to pick up the win, retain her championship. All is right. After the match is over, Roxanne attacks Stephanie, I should say. Stephanie is attacked by Roxanne. Nikki helps out. They clear the ring. They hug. Nikki Bella raises the hand of Stephanie. But then we get the turn, which is something I mentioned last week. It seemed like they were going in that direction. And sure enough, Nikki Bella lays out Stephanie Vaquer with the women's championship, holds it over her head, and walks out, rips off her red top to show the black top. She's back to being the old heel Nikki. The only criticism I have of this actually is Stephanie. Like, she almost like popped back up from the title belt shot. Like, I think she should have stayed out cold from it. She almost kind of undersold it a little bit, in my opinion. But other than that, good heel turn. I think it was the right move for all the reasons I've mentioned over the past couple months. Nikki's better as a heel, gives a new, fresh opponent for Stephanie. So yeah, good stuff here. It was predictable, although I was wondering if they were going to wait on it a week or two, but they did pull the trigger on it here, which is fine. And I did enjoy the execution of it. Shout out to Caleb. Caleb sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you very much, Caleb. He says, Dominik dissed Triple H also, the greatest IC champion. He dissed a lot of people. I mean, he dissed the Honky Tonk Man. He dissed Gunther when he calls himself the greatest IC champion. But yes, even Triple H will have to be stung a little bit by that note, because Triple H, in his mind, was the greatest of all time. He won't say it, but you have to wonder in his own mind if he thinks he should be getting the John Cena send-off if it wasn't for his health issues. All right. Backstage, we had another development. CM Punk told Adam Pearce that he is done with the games. They want to go to war. And they want the Vision to get a team. And to make it official, we had a special cameo appearance by William Regal, who had to say the War Games line to make sure it was official and get the crowd pop. So yes, Team CM Punk versus Team Vision at Survivor Series, and we'll have to see who else joins the team over the next couple weeks before we get to the pay-per-view. But it is set as expected. Next up, we had Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sheamus in another John Cena tournament match. Another good match here, competitive between the two of them. Shin did a superplex. He kicked Sheamus several times, but that just fired Sheamus up. They traded blows. Sheamus did the 10 beats, but Shin was able to counter the bro kick. And Nakamura tried to jump off at Sheamus, but Sheamus caught him with a knee strike. And then Shin regained the advantage. He powerbombed Sheamus out of the corner. Sheamus countered another Kinshasa attempt, hit the bro kick out of nowhere, and got the 1-2-3 victory. No surprise here. I figured Sheamus was winning. Nakamura's kind of just there to put over others, but it was pretty good for what it was. And afterwards, they shook hands. They had the show of respect. Sheamus moves on. Good stuff here. We'll see if we get Sheamus versus Rusev one more time. And we had more regarding the John Cena tournament. It was announced that next week at Madison Square Garden, Javon Evans will be in the tournament, and he will be going up against the returning Gunther. I feel bad for poor Javon. He's going to have a great showing, but he's going to get his ass kicked most likely. Just like Obafemi beat the crap out of him a month or two ago. Javon's going to make Gunther look like $1 million. I'll just leave it at that. Should be a fun massacre next week. And also, it will be Solo Sikoa versus a mystery opponent. So, are we getting Joe Hendry on SmackDown or Raw? Are we getting somebody else? Hopefully, it's a bigger name than Joe Hendry. I said this last week. especially in Madison Square Garden. Could it be Obafemi? They're making a big deal out of it. Adam Pearce, just like Nick Aldis, couldn't say who it was. He's like, oh boy, this is such a big deal. We're going to make it a surprise. Hopefully it's not a letdown. I know some people would like Joe Hendry, but I'm like, nah, I'm hoping for something bigger. Maybe I shouldn't set my expectations that high, but I would like it to be somebody other than Joe Hendry. I'll just leave it at that. We had our main event, Charlotte and Alexa Bliss versus the Kabuki Warriors. By the way, if it's Jacob Fatu, which I'm not sure it will be because he had that dental procedure and I'm not sure if he's cleared yet. If it was Jacob Fatu, when they just announced Jacob Fatu, no reason to do a surprise, you know what I mean? Anyways, Charlotte and Alexa defending the women's titles against the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. The champs were doing pretty good. Charlotte did a moonsault to both of them, but then they gained the upper hand. Asuka, actually, I think it was Kairi that pulled Asuka. I keep saying Asuka. Asuka Alexa. There's too many A's. So I'm just going to say Bliss was pulled off the apron by one of the Kabuki Warriors. And then Charlotte managed to get the figure 4 on Asuka. So it was Kairi that pulled her off. Kairi attempted to come off the top with the elbow to Charlotte, but Bliss caught her, gave her the Sister Abigail. And then Charlotte got the figure 8 on Asuka, only for Nia Jax and Lash Legend to interfere and save the match for the challengers. And Alexa got taken out, and then the Kabuki Warriors did the insane elbow combo to Charlotte, got the 1-2-3 victory. Title change here. Kabuki Warriors are the champions, which I definitely expected after SmackDown. They pretty much gave it away when you had Charlotte doing the little face-off with Jade Cargill. That told me, the titles were going to be changing hands so Charlotte could get back into the singles competition. No shock here. We had the post-match attack. We had Io Sky coming out there to make the save, but the numbers game caught up with her. And then we had Rhea Ripley coming back. We haven't seen her in a while, over a month, because of the broken nose she suffered in Japan. She came out there with the face mask, cleaned house, got on the mic, and officially announced War Games. Wasn't this the same thing they did last year? Didn't Rhea break her nose last year and had the face mask and announced War Games? Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but we got the match set. I'm not sure if it's going to be 4 versus 4 or if we'll have a 5th person added to each team. But for now, we got Rhea, Io, Charlotte, and Alexa versus Nia Jax, Lash Legend, and the Kabuki Warriors. I'm all for it. You guys know how I feel about 2 War Games matches on one show, but it should be fun. This is mostly what I expected here. And that was the end of Raw. Shout out to Caleb, who sent in a $2 super chat. He says, John Cena has taken 2 titles from the Mysterios. There you go. There's another stat regarding John Cena. Yeah, he beat Rey Mysterio in 2011 when they did that whole interim title thing, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, John Cena on a roll, heading into his retirement. And that was the highlight of the show. But you know what? Overall, I think that this was one of the better Raws of the year. Certainly the best Raw in several months. I don't know if it was the negative feedback from last week, the TV ratings going down, the attendance starting to go down, not for this show, but some of the upcoming advances are not not looking too great for WWE. So I wonder if this was everybody getting their game faces on and getting things back on track here. But it was a really strong episode of Monday Night Raw. And I think it was the first great episode of Raw in several months. So I am going all the way up to a 9 for this episode of Monday Night Raw. Very memorable, productive show, entertaining from start to finish. Nothing on it that I didn't like. So I thought it was the best fall episode of Monday Night Raw for sure of this season. And they're really heating things up for Survivor Series, and we got MSG next week. So that should be another fun Raw. Survivor Series is shaping up nicely, and we'll see if they do something with Ray and Dominik, and if we get a couple more people for those War Games matches. It's MSG, so I'm expecting somebody significant to show up next week. Maybe we get 2. Maybe we get Brock and Roman. Maybe we get Austin Theory. Who knows? But that's next week, Madison Square Garden. Shout out to Hamp. Hamp sent in $2, says, haven't been here a while, stopped watching. Well, I mean, that's understandable. I definitely feel like the last couple months, things have cooled down in WWE, but this week, I feel that they stepped it up, and this was a much better than average episode of Raw. So there you have it. My thoughts on the show. I enjoyed it. If you're a John Cena fan, it was absolutely a must-watch Raw. And good wrestling on top of it. Set up the War Games matches. You got a heel turn on the show. Things were happening, and I was entertained. Thank you guys for watching. Much love and appreciation to everybody out there. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. We will be back with the No DQ review to discuss the direction for Survivor Series and other topics, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, Tuesday. And just stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest news and rumors. Say yes to NoDQ.com, and I will see you all next time.